Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am going to be doing a plan with me in my Passion Planner Pro using a couple of the inserts that I usually use, available through the Passion Planner website. It's a free download. The ones that I always use are the hydrate stickers and the, or not stickers, sorry, the hydrate trackers and the habit tracker. And then something new that I am trying out is the school to-do list. And at the bottom it says important deadlines. I'm going to show you what my last week, technically it's still this week, it's Saturday right now, Saturday, March 16th. So I'm still in this week, and this is how I've been using it. I thought I would give it a try to track my son's homework. He's only in kindergarten, but I just feel like it helps track like what he's reading, like what book he read that day, because he does have to read every day. He has what does he have? He has like 2 sheets that's due, so he gets his homework. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into this and talk to you guys at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and start laying out. Actually, I'll put this one together first, and I'm just gonna use washi tape I got from PlannerCon at one of their D-stash tables, or I think someone gave this to me actually. But anyways, I am using the school to-do list for my son, and as you can see here, it's there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subjects, and I think that works out for maybe if you're in college, or if for high school, middle school. I think that'll work out as well, but my son is only in kindergarten, so I broke it down by day, and he gets his homework on Mondays, and then it's due, oh no, I'm never good at this, it's due on Friday. So instead of, we've been really good with his homework and not waiting to the last minute to do it, although there were a couple of times where we left everything to Thursday. And he has like a book report to do, a what do you call it, like his sight words. Oh, this one's kind of hard to cut with just my ruler. Usually I use my ruler, so I'm gonna have to use scissors for this one. He has like a sight word to do, a sight word sheet, and then he also has a monthly thing where they're given like a calendar of squares, and he has to complete four squares per week on average. But basically he pretty much has to complete, so there's 20 squares of activities to do or practice, and then he has to complete at least 15 of the 20. And this is on paper, I think okay, so this one I stuck on sticker paper, so I'm gonna peel it. I think it's on sticker paper, I don't remember. Yeah, it is. I printed this on sticker paper so it would be easier, but sometimes it's kind of hard to peel. So this I am gonna lay out here, and depending on what day your weekly starts, mine starts on the Monday, so that's what I downloaded, but they do have like a Sunday start as well. So, and if you've watched my plan with me videos before, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard me mention the free insert downloads that Passion Planner has on their website. They do have a couple other ones as well. Oh, I forgot I wanted to cut this one, or else it's not gonna fit. Oopsies. So I'm just gonna cut this down and put that away. But anyways, back to my son's school. I also like to be able to see what book he is reading, because he does have to read daily, and he has to be able to tell us, like right now, what happened in the beginning of the story, what happened in the middle of the story, what happened at the end, and just kind of tracking it here. I can see like if we've read a book multiple times, or if he read a new book, or what book he read from the library that we don't have here, what books he enjoyed, I guess. But I guess it's good. The teacher says it's good that he reads a book multiple times so he gets familiar with the story. So he's probably read, there's one that he reads, like Jack Bean and Jerry, probably read like more than 20 times. So, okay, so this week, that's pretty much it with what I want to lay out as far as stickers or anything goes, because I'm just going to keep it simple. Kind of similar to what I did here. So I'm going to then just block out, before I start writing anything in, I'm just going to block out the times that I am not home, just so I can see realistically, like, the actual time I have to get things done versus writing an endless list. I mean, I still do write a pretty hefty like to-do list, but I do use this as a daily planner as well. So right now I'm setting up for my week, and then every day I will go back in here and just plan out what I want to do for the day. So, and I remember before, I don't know if I've mentioned it on here before, but I remember before, when I was working, I was working full time, dropping off the kids to daycare, and I would write myself like, I would say an endless to-do list, and then I'd beat myself up because I didn't get to finish all the things I wanted to do. But for the most part, at the end of it, I did get the priority of stuff done. And back then, it was getting my kids ready for school, packing their lunches, grocery shopping, and cooking. Everything else, like cleaning, trying to tidy and all of that, I would do it at night or early in the morning or something, just so we're not spending hours on cleaning. I would just try to tidy up as much as I could. So my son gets out at 2, but I do go for walks before I pick him up. And depending on if my 2-year-old wants to nap on schedule, we will go out even earlier, which works out because we end up stopping off at a park anyways for me to read while he's asleep. And then, so pretty much from 1 to 3, we are out of the house, except for Wednesdays, because after school we do spend some time at the park. However, on Wednesdays, we typically will be home after I pick up my son from school, because on Wednesdays, the big kids get out early. So for kindergarten, he gets out at 2, and then the bigger kids get out at 3:12. So, which we kind of have the park to ourselves, kind of. And then I think I'm gonna block out. So there is toddler time around here, which we will leave around 11, which is a great time to leave because I'm able to check out books for my older kids. So toddler time will be for my 2-year-old. And that's it as far as blocking times off. Everything else is, so we'll be home after 3. We don't really need to do anything unless I need to go grocery shopping midday, but no other plans this week. Let me go ahead, and I'm actually going to put washi tape on top so that I can divide it by day. And oops. can kind of still see it peeking through, but I'm going to write on top of it, so it doesn't matter. So this one, usually I'll be able to cut it with my ruler. Eventually I'll get like a slicer that I see other planner peeps use, but for now I actually saw someone else got this idea from another planner girl, and it works just fine. So for now it works. I don't need a slicer. So while I'm doing this, I kind of have a running to-do list of what I want to do next week. I kind of been slacking it with the decluttering, especially with the kitchen, and I feel like after Christmas we got a couple like Christmas presents and some things that maybe will replace what we had before. What am I saying? So like new cups, let's say for the boys, like my mom got some cups for the boys, so I'm able to finally retire some of their old ones because they are jacked up. And just like I've noticed, just opening up our cupboards and stuff, that we don't really use certain things as much as we used to, especially since the boys are getting older. And then just some things I was hanging on to from my first kid. Okay, so I didn't realize that I forgot to delete my previous footage on this camera, but when I looked up it said card full, but luckily I wasn't talking too much until it got cut off. But anyways, I was talking about how with my first kid, like we don't use, I was holding on to some things that in the kitchen that we don't use anymore, so that just needs to go. So hopefully next week the focus will be on the kitchen declutter, so we can get it all nice and not crowded in there and just get it out of here. So that's gonna be, I'm gonna go ahead and just start writing in here now, because that's pretty much all that's left to do. Actually, I lied. I do want to break this down. So this, I'm just gonna go all the way across. I'm gonna turn this into a gratitude section, which I've done before, but I've been going kind of back and forth and using this right here, but I think I'm going to use this as a meal for my meals this week. And what else? What else do I want to block out? I'm just going to write when we have dinner, when we unwind, usually typically around 7, and anything past 8 is getting the kids to bed so that they're not out by 9 o'clock, so that I can get my evening routine started, tidy up, and then start working on whatever I want to work on, or catch up on some shows or watch a movie with my husband. So I think I'm gonna highlight, and I will use I'm going to use my new highlighters that I got from PlannerCon, which is these Uli ones, and it says make no mistakes, and they're the erasable markers, which totally came in handy last week because I had accidentally highlighted too much when we had an appointment, so I had to erase it really quick, which you can kind of tell it was there, but then at least it's not really, you can tell it's not green highlighted, so it still works for me. So I am just going to use the blue. Okay, so this is how the week is looking so far. I went ahead and just wrote everything out. This is my dinner plan for next week. Usually the weekends I leave open for takeout or whatever if I want to cook, whatever's in the pantry or eat whatever's left over. But at least I have it open to do so, and my husband's off, so we'll see how that goes. And then I put a coffee wash sheet on the top. That is my morning routine, or I wake up at 6, or really try to wake up at 6, which I have been doing pretty good at. So I'm going to try to wake up even earlier than that because my second one, my 2-year-old is waking up along with me. So I'm going to see if waking up at 5:30 will be a little bit easier. It's not getting up, but I mean it's easier getting stuff done. What else? And then I kind of broke down what I want to work on with my son as far as his homework, which is read every day, sight word one day, book report, calendar, and then read. Even though Friday, the last day of school, he still does read because he likes to read anyways. And he's probably, we actually need to work on his letters, practicing his letters. Oops, practice lettering. And here I'm using it as I have a miscellaneous to do for school, which I had on this list, but I'm just going to keep transferring it over just so I don't forget. So scholastic order, it's going to be due pretty soon. The Jogathon donation, which isn't due until April, but I just have it on here. And yearbook order, which is due at the end of the month. And I just wrote prices on here. As far as the scholastic order, giving him a limit. I think the last time I ordered was maybe in November, so I haven't ordered him any books, but I will this time. And then I have a list of, so when the boys are asleep, usually it's the same old. So my husband and I like to catch up on shows and watch a movie. Sorry, my camera cuts in and out sometimes, which I don't know why. And then stuff for myself, what I want to do with YouTube. I really need to get caught up in memory planning because I fell off the wagon in February. So what I'm going to do, I made a list or a note for myself to just print all the pictures at Walgreens, because printing them all on my my Sprocket, it's going to take a while to print out all of those photos. And here on this side, dinner plans, homework, and then, like I said, gratitude. And then on the to-do list here, I went ahead and made a list for my kitchen declutter and kind of doing it by section so it doesn't seem as daunting. Plus, I'm going to try to fit that in every day. So once a day, I'm going to try to fit in one of these in here. It'll probably most likely be in the morning, because when we get home from school, when the boys are having their snacks, that's when I kind of like tackle like tidying up like the kitchen, like washing dishes and all of that stuff, and then just playing with them after, because my kids are crazy, and if I don't play with them, it'll just drive me crazy too. So plus it's nice to tire them out as well. And then habit tracker here, and again, I'd like to just track the things that I have the hardest time doing. And then on the back side is going to be a brain dump of things that might come up. Last week I did use it for brainstorming my grocery list and for this week, and I usually typically go grocery shopping for the whole week, either on Saturday or Sunday. And this is going to be a list for myself for tomorrow, which is Sunday for me, and then meals this week, and then brainstorming meals for the following week, just so I can start writing them in and writing down ideas so that I'm not doing it last minute, because I have done it last minute and it's kind of overwhelming because we tend to have the same things over and over again. So just making sure I'm being mindful and thinking ahead, just so I don't get caught up in let me just forget cooking and just do takeout. So yeah, And then I also added a quote because I like adding quotes to my planners. And this one says, kindness changes everything. And it's the one thing that really stood out to me because I've been seeing such horrible things on the news lately, and I just feel like this just, I don't know, I feel like if you can be, I feel like kindness can change the way somebody acts. I don't know. It's late, so I'm just kind of talking like, I don't know, not making sense right now. But you know, pretty much what it says, kindness changes everything. So you never know whose life you're going to affect by just simply being kind to them, even though maybe they weren't so nice to you. You just never know. So yeah, that's my weekly so far. And like I said earlier, I do plan out daily. Like I take 5 to 10 minutes in the morning to kind of take something from here, plug it into my day, and just go day to day. And then gratitude, I will either do it in the morning or in the evening, depending on how I'm feeling. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next, I gotta stop saying see you guys, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a great one. Bye.